Welcome back. Myself, J.S. Tandil, working as a assistant professor, Department of Electrical Engineering at Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Research Center, Education and Technical Research Center, Navsari. We are already discussed the meaning of constitutions law and some constitutionalism, history of making an Indian constitution. We already discussed about some difference between policy and constitution, constitution's term and constitutionalism. Uh, some acts, we are starting to discuss the act from 1773, when the Government General of Bengal, Lord Van Hastings, right after that, and the establishment of the Supreme Court in Calcutta. So uh, the East India Company, which is divide the court of directory and the board of control, which is separations of that two, and commercial affairs for the courts of directory and board of the control, that is the political affairs. Then uh, 1833, the Government General of India. It will be before that Government General of Bengal, and then after it will be Government General of Bengal, Lord William Benstick, which is the first title of this, right? And the regulations are regulation means generally acts. In 1858, that will be replaced by the Viceroy of India. So designations of the Government General, that will be changed, right? So Lord Canning was the first to hold this title, the Viceroy of India. Um, as that we can say there is no benefits of the Indian, because you largely confine the improvements of the administrative ministry. So the Indian Counseling Act 1861, we can say the entry of India in law and making the process. So the Raja of the Bandras, Maharaja of the Patiala, and Sri Dinka Roy were appointed as a legislative council of Lord. So that will be process of the reversions of the regulation also. Before that, there is a centralization, decentralization that make a further centralization process. Now, Indian Counseling Act 1892, that is discuss the budgets. So 99, that is a Morley Minton reform, which is increase the legislative council from 16 to 60. So diversifications of the function of counseling. So the Indian associations of the executive council was Satyendra Prasad Sinha become a first member of that, and communism, that will be the concept of separate elections, that will be Muslim member was elected only the Muslim ones. So it is a legalized the communism that will start after 1909. So Government of India Act 1990, that is a British government which is declared introduced the responsible government of India. That is a GOI Act 1919, which is affirmed in 1921. So it is also known as a Mentoy Calmford reform. So it's provided based on the constitutions of the present constitutions of India. Uh, as I told you previous, that is the features of Government of India 1990 Act 1990. So it's three out of six member of must be Indians. So communal representation like Sikh, Indian, Europeans, like Muslim and communism. That so at that time the establishment of Public Service Commission, that is at that time called as the CPSC. Now there is a GPSC and so on. So relaxations of the central control over the provinces. So that introduced the subjects which is still used in the present time, that is transfer and reserve. The two terms we very well know. It's provide the first time the bicameralism and the directions of the election in the country. So the Indian Legislative Council was replaced by the bicameral Legislative Council of Upper House and a Lower House. Now the lecture actually we are ended over here. So we start the new, that that is from the Government of India Act 1935. So it's the second milestone to form the responsible government of India. First, that is 1971. So it was, detailed documents having 321 sections and 10 schedules. So which is the establishment of the Indian federations. So are now federations means સંઘ આપણે કહીએ. Province means kshetra pradesh ગુજરાતીમાં એવું કહી શકીએ. Right. So this act means it's divide the power between central and province into the manners of subjects. Means they are divided into three: federal list, 59 subjects; province list, that is 54 subjects; and co-current list, that is 36 subjects. So actually, co-current means બધાને મળીને બનાવે ત્યારે સમકાલીન ગુજરાતી, right? So residual power were given in the victory. So the federation come never into the effect as a princely state did not join. Means Muslim Sangha, they are not join these federations, right? So the provinces were allowed to act the autonomous unit of the administration in that defined sphere. એ રેન્જની અંદર જ પ્રોવિન્સીસ which is autonomous means જાતે ચલાવતું હોય, that is સ્વમ સંચાલિત એમ કે that is called as autonomous units. So which provide for the Dhyanch, that is called as a રાજ્ય પદ્ધતિ, દ્વિમુખી રાજ્ય પદ્ધતિ ગુજરાતી in center. So the it introduced the bimetallism in 6 out of 11 provinces. Provinces means, as I told you, that is a state we કહી શકીએ આપણે અત્યારે કોઈ state કહી શકીએ. This list is included a Bengal, Bombay, Madras, Bihar, Assam, and United Provinces. Okay, so these are the main United Provinces. So establishment of the Reserve Bank of India first, which is at 1935. Remember that. So Reserve Bank of India, because currency now started. So communication presentation for the communal representation means it will cast their um, for improvements of the depression classes. So women's and labor. So establishment of the Federal Court, that is in 1937. Now we are at the end of introduction, that is in India Independent Act 1947. So the 20th February 1947, British PM, which is declared that the Clement Attlee, which is declared that British rule in India would end by 13th of June 1948. Right, that is so last, that is we can say British PM, we can say the Clement Attlee, right, and at the year of 13th June 1948. So this was followed by the agitations by the Muslim League. They are every time boycott all the this communication meeting. So after that, Pakistan and so on in the picture. So this was the followed by the agitations by the Muslim League, which is demanding a separate country and the partitions of India. So in 3rd June 1947, British government made it clear that any constitution framed by assembly in 1947-86 cannot apply to those part of country which were unwilling to accept it. They are not allowed to accept willingly accept that. So in some day, Lord Mountbatten put the partition plan that is known as a Mountbatten plan. So remember that what is Mountbatten plan. Same was declared by the Congress and Muslim League. પહેલા ANC હતું, right? That is the Congress party name ANC. So the India will be independent and the sovereign state from the 15 August 1947. Sovereign means sarvapari uttam. That is meaning of this thing, right? So it's provide for the partitions and creating the two independent domain, India and Pakistan. So So it is an establishment at that time because Muslim League are always boycott or any kind of meetings and they are not agree with the things, right? That's why. So it's establishment of the office of the Viceroy of India. It's the employment assemblies of the both state to frame and adopt any constitutions for their respective area to legislate for their respective territories until the new constitutions were will draft and enforce. So it guaranteed the we can say freedom to all princely state, Raja Rajwada, લોકોને they join either to demonstrate or remain independent. ક્યાં તો join થાવ ક્યાં તો independent થઈ જાવ. So now the demand of constitutions, the issue first which is raised by M.N. Roy, which is a communist in 1934. So in 35, INC that I told you, Indian National Congress, Jawaharlal Nehru, or the behalf of INC, Party Banal, declared that the constitutions of India must be framed without outside the interference. कोई भी interference वगैरह frame થશે. So finally accepted by the British in August, which is offered in 1940. So in which Sir Stafford Cripps come with that is the viceroy come with a draft to frame the constitutions after the World War II. So it was rejected by the Muslim League. They are always. I told you that the Muslim League is always opposed that things. Like that is the thing. So it was rejected by the Muslim League, which is want to the participants into two states. So finally, the scheme of Constitutional Assembly was accepted by the cabinet missions, which is sent by the British. Now, comparison of the Constituent Assembly. So, first assembly member are 389 members, in which 296 seats to the British India, 96 to the princely state, Raja Rajwada, right? So, out of 296, 292 from the 11 government provinces and 4 from the chief commissioners provinces. So representations of the one seat per million of the population. So seats were divided among the three communities, Sikh, Muslim, and other uh, proportions to their populations. So the representations of the princely state were to be nominated by the head of the states. Now the elections were held in July, August. That is in 1946. INC, Indian National Congress, won 208 seats. The Muslim League won 73 seats. And 15 seats were won by the small group of independents. So, however, the 93 seats remained vacant as the princely state to decide to stay away from this assembly. So, it consists of representative from all the sections of society, the all important personalities like Mahatma Gandhi and M.A. Jinha, right? So first meeting which is held in 19th December 1946, where the Muslim League is boycotted that meeting. बहिष्कार कहेવાય. So meeting was attended by the only 211 members only. So Dr. Sachinanand Sinha, oldest member, were elected as a temporary president. So later on 11 December 1946, Dr. Rajendra Prasad and H.C. Mukherjee was elected as a president and vice president assembly. So these are the seat allocations. The white dotted that is the remaining seats. Other greens are the 96 seats for the principal states, right? You see that these are the assembly, and these are the first image where the Nehru is saying something. Sardar Patel is there. So these are the first assembly designed by the Indian Communist, Sardar Patel, and so political leaders are there. Right? So you can see the real image of that. Here is the vice included on that. So the major committee members are the actually various committee are formed under the assembly as discussed earlier. So major committee are the listed. First of all, Union Power Committee and the Union Constitution Committee was J.N. Nehru. Provincial Constitution Committee, that is Sardar Patel. Drafting Committee, Ambedkar and his team. So advisory committee or the fundamental rights exclusive area, excluded area, that is Sardar Patel. Rules of the procedure committee, that is Dr. Rajendra Prasad. State committee, that is J.N. Nehru. So Nehru having I think three major role. The sitting committee, that is Dr. Rajendra Prasad. So other the minor committees are committee on the function of Constitution Assembly. It's ordered to business committee, house committee, ad hoc committee on the national flag, some special committee to the the draft constitutions, credential committee, final staff committee, Hindu translation committee, Urdu translation, press uh, gallery committee, committee to examine the effect of Indian Independence Act 1947. So committee on the chief commissioners provinces, commissions on the linguistics provinces, expert committee on the financial provinces, ad hoc committee on Supreme Court. So these are the seven members, like this committee under the leadership or as I told you that Ambedkar in its team. So these are the name of that. Dr. Ambedkar is the chairman of the institution committee. Gopal Swaram Iyengaram, Eladi, Krishnavam Iyer, Dr. K.M. Munshi, State Mohammed Sadla, Madhav Roy, T.T. Krishnachandri. All these are the committee of the Ambedkar, right? And now the preparation of first draft, which is published in February 1948. It is published at 1948. So after the comments, which is criticalized and suggestion published, it is second draft, that is 1940, October 1948. So totally it took 6 months, 141 days to prepare the draft. Baba Sahib Ambedkar in the assembly, right? And these are the seasons of assembly. First assembly, which is first session, that is 1929 to 23 in December 46, and so on. You can see up to 11th sessions, 14th to 26th November 1949. So final draft, which is submitted by 25th November 1949. See that. And signing the Constitution on 26th November 1949. So so we can say 11 session over 2 year and 11 months and 18 days. The Constitution make the head gone to the constitutions of the 60 countries in all. So other function is performed, which is adopted the national flag in July 22, 1947. Adopted national anthem 24th, 1950. Adopted national song 24, 1950. So finally, 26 January 1950, we are celebrating the Republic of the India on the world. Thank you.